What's going on, everybody? It's your boy Centros here, aka Got Lightning, aka Got Sun here. Yeah, and back with a video. We're back with another Lego Star Wars: The Skywalker Saga. Well, today's video, obviously, we are here to review and talk about the Lego Star Wars, the Skywalker Saga. We're here to talk about it, give our thoughts and opinions about it, um, and then we go from there. You know what I'm saying? Because like I said, I am going to like upload the series, upload the entire episode, all the other series along with the reviews and all the other type of stuff on the exact same day as I'm recording this, and we'll go from there. But anyways, besides that though, I want to say once again, thank y'all for supporting the series of the whole entire Lego Star Wars, the Skywalker Saga. I know it's a bit goofy and weird sometimes when it comes to Lego Star Wars game because it does like resemble, it doesn't resemble towards like the real actual movie and film. Some scenes does, some don't. But at the end of the day, it's Lego Star Wars. I've been huge to Lego Star Wars. You know what I'm saying, from a very long time since I was a kid, and now I'm recording my first actual Lego Star Wars for the very first time as a YouTuber content creator now. Um, I think it's very safe to say that I'm glad to be playing Lego Star Wars once again because it has been a long time. It has been the longest time since I was a kid to play a Lego Star Wars game. Ever since then, I never touched any Lego Star Wars game like ever. I never touched no another Lego Star Wars game ever. Now, other Star Wars games I have played in the past, but like I wasn't like fully a YouTuber, you know, saying all type of stuff. But yeah, so obviously these are clips you guys gonna see on your screen of the entire, ending. You know, saying the entire ending of the last episode because I figured why not to show you guys the ending. I mean, I always do this to all my reviews I've done so far, like on games I played so far this year. So it really doesn't matter. But I just want to show you guys the last part because the ending of this game was really amazing. So um, it was really cool. So I'm glad that I get to experience this. You know what I'm saying, all type of stuff. So yeah. Anyways, like I said, thank y'all for supporting the series. Honestly, I'll see what we gotta do. Oh yeah, of course. I ain't got much thing of time. I mean that's what they'll say. Like the game was really amazing. You know what I'm saying? It was really cool. I enjoyed it a lot. Um, even though I wasn't talking as much in the commentary as much as I wanted to be, that's because I was so interested in. I just hit my desk. I just hit my hand on my fucking desk. I was so interested in I was so interested in the game rather than talking because there were so many like funny scenes that I enjoyed and all type of stuff. That was really cool and all that and all that type of stuff. So yeah, you know what I'm saying. So like I said, I know some of y'all probably gonna think that he don't commentate as much on the series like in all the other series. Like I said, there were so many interesting scenes that happened in this game. Like you have no idea how good Lego Star Wars The Skywalker Saga is. And this came out in 2022. I did my research. This game came out around 2022. So I'm basically a year. We're basically a year off. Well, not basically a year off because it's the beginning. I don't know. We're basically kind of in the year off of the whole entire game coming out. So you know what I'm saying. But it was really fun. I enjoyed this a lot. You know what I'm saying? I just hope that maybe I don't think there's never gonna be. I don't know. Can they make a Lego Star Wars a game again? I don't know. I think at this point, I don't know. I mean, the people who made Lego Star Wars in the past, I don't know if they should make a Lego Star Wars game at this point because it's like if you think about it, we all play. We play. There's multiple Star Wars games from the past and the present. We all played these games before, and at this point, I mean, I don't know if this is going to be the end of the whole entire Lego Star Wars, game. I hope it's not. I hope that as future Star Wars movies comes out, they start creating more of the whole entire, create entire, Star Wars games, but not only just in games, but also in the Lego version because they're really cool, and funny. But yeah, who knows? You know what I'm saying? I mean, the you know what I'm saying? Even though it looks like Star Wars are kind of like slow it down a little bit, but who knows? We never know what's gonna happen to Rey and Finn and everybody else who we got currently, because all the past Star Wars legends that have came in the past Star Wars are all gone. They're all gone. They're now in the Ghost Force, unfortunately, which means they passed away. They're now ghosts now, and I guess now is up to Ray and the new generation of Star Wars to now help us, all type of stuff, and then we go from there. Because it looks like at first I thought, man, maybe this might be the end of the Star Wars thing, but I doubt it though, because not only we got a Star Wars game that's coming up in April, which is Jedi Survivors, but I'll talk about but movie in general. I don't know what they're gonna do with Ray. I don't know what they're gonna do with Ray and Finn. There's so many questions rather than answers what they're gonna do with those characters. But let's just hope that they keep this whole thing going with the whole entire adventure with Ray and Finn and everybody else. And I just hope that the Star Wars movies and all that stays alive, because I remember at one point I remember at one point, like after the whole entire Ray saga and all type of stuff that happened. I wonder. I was like, is they ever gonna make another Star Wars game again? I mean, these movies were I stuttered. These movies were really good. These movies of Rey and the whole Star Wars Force Awakening and all the Last Jedi and the Rise of Skywalker. Although the last three Star Wars movies we had were really good. The only problem I have with those is that how they don't keep this moving forward now that Luke is gone, now that Leia's gone, now that basically all the original Star Wars characters are all gone. Now it's just a new generation of Star Wars, which it's not bad. It's not a bad thing. There's some pros and cons to the new generation of Star Wars. If you don't know what I'm talking about Rey and the Finn, the new characters that are coming in. Yeah, it's not that bad. It's just that it leaves a lot of questions rather than answers. Like how will the Star Wars, in general would be like right now? Like how will it how will how things will go, without Luke and Leia and everybody else. I mean, surely Disney's gonna try to make a sequel towards the whole thing, a separate story, but about the whole original characters, like with Luke Skywalker, Leia, and everybody else. But we're talking about legit, like right now, like the right now, like the Rey era, the Star Wars Rey era. You know what I'm saying? The Rey era now, because everybody's gone. Everybody's gone. Everybody's dead. Everybody's like the history, right? Well, except for Landon. Landon and Chewbacca are the only two. I believe they're the only two left. If I'm not correct or wrong, they're the only two left characters from the old Star Wars, past Star Wars, like the 1990s Star Wars, the early 2000s Star Wars. They're like the only two left, if I believe, that's left, and everybody else is gone or in the force in the Force Ghost. You know what I'm saying? Which is unfortunate because I was hoping maybe Luke will live a lot longer, but apparently he had to pass it to someone. And Rey's a good character. Don't get me wrong, Rey's a good character. It's a good thing that he passed it to Rey, because I mean it makes sense because Luke was passed to Obi-Wan Kenobi. The Force now it makes sense to pass it on to Rey, and Rey is legit the only Skywalker left. Basically, I mean she's basically the only Skywalker left. So yeah, yeah, I know. I'm sorry. I do apologize. You know what I'm saying? Because like I know y'all want to get to review and thoughts, but I just wonder what's going to happen in the future. Future Star Wars, like not just in the game, because we know they could just make a repeated game of the whole entire Star Wars saga, but with the new movies, the new additional Star Wars in the game. They can do that if they want to. They just did it in this one too as well. They add the original movies. They add the original like movies or games in this Star Wars, and then they also just added more. More of the how should I say, more of the the new Star Wars movies and all that. So they basically put the old movies and new movies in the Star Wars genre all at once to make this big incredible game, and which is good. I'm happy about it because that makes up for everyone who don't know about the past of the Star Wars. And some who does, you know what I'm saying? Hell, it makes up for someone who doesn't even know about the new Star Wars or probably don't even care much. And now playing this game, I do understand more of the whole entire, Star Wars from the past and present. I mean, I knew about the whole past of Star Wars. We all should know the back of our head. I mean, it's all over the internet if you don't know about Star Wars at this point. But for the new people who are just getting into Star Wars, who are starting to notice about the whole Rey thing and the Finn thing, they don't know much about the past and all type of stuff. And I'm glad that this game give us that past, present, and everything and all type of stuff. So Yeah, I'm sorry. I know I'm wasting your time about the whole thing and the whole what's going to happen in Star Wars here and there. But I always question about that, and I wonder how you guys think what will happen from Star Wars from here on out. I need to know in the comment section, like, what do y'all think is going to happen with Star Wars? You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, surely the gaming industry is fine with Star Wars because we got Cal Kestis, we're fine. But I'm talking about the movie industry. Like, what's going to happen now? I mean, we're going to be focused on Ray, but what happened after Ray? Who's gonna take over as Ray? Because she's like the only legit like last Skywalker left. Like, because she now changed her name to Ray from like Ray the Skywalker now. She just add her last name. She got the first name though. So it just begs a lot of questions, though. You know what I'm saying? In the future, rather than answers. You know what I'm saying? But in the gaming genre of Star Wars, we're fine. We got Cal Kestis. He'll carry us. He'll fine with that one. But in the movie one, I always wonder. I mean, they could put they could literally just put like movie scenes from different characters like Boba Fett and everybody else. They are doing that currently. They're doing Boba Fett movie, Mandalorian kind of stuff, which is great. But what about the grand movie where everybody going to theaters and all types of stuff? What's going to happen to that one? Um, only questions, only questions rather than answers. So let me know in the comments down below. What y'all think about that? Anyways, I ain't gonna waste on your time. Let's go to the start with the bad and then go with the good. You already know the drill. Bad and good, end up with the good and all type of stuff. So let's get right to it. So let's start with the bad first, because bad and then end up with the good, and then we go from there. So bad part about this Star Wars, Lego Star Wars, the Skywalker Saga, is that there weren't that many like how to say this. There weren't that legit like how to say there were like not so realistic cutscenes. That's why I did not like about the Lego Star Wars. Now, what I mean by realistic cutscenes, I'll talk about the things that happened in the movie that did not the things that happened in the game that happened to the movie, or the movie that things that happened to the movie that did not happen to the game. There was a couple of scenes that I ran into that has some scenes in the movie, but then they decided to just make it up their own kind of thing, in their Lego kind of version of things to make it different. I mean, it's not a big deal. I mean, at this point, everybody's trying to know what happened. But to those who are just getting new to the Star Wars genre and who has no idea about the whole entire, things what happened in the movie, is just best the question. You know what I'm saying? Like how we gonna know what's really going on? You know what I'm saying? So there weren't that many like realistic cutscenes that came from the movie in this game. I was hoping that maybe they would maybe put the realistic cutscenes, in a movie, but into like the gaming version of it, because they have done it in the past Lego Star Wars game. They add some realistic cutscenes from the movie and into the game. Now I'm not talking about like adding the movie like realistic cutscenes. I'm talking about adding like the gaming cutscenes of their version of the Lego Star Wars, but putting like in a movie type of version. You know what I'm saying? Don't add no movie like cutscenes in here and there and all types of stuff. Don't do that. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about legit like cutscenes that would factor, that would make people understand about this whole entire thing. Because I feel like they add too many goofy cutscenes. I mean, it's Lego Star Wars. It's supposed to be funny. It's supposed to be comedian and all type of stuff. But I feel like they would add like legit cutscenes like from the movie and all type of stuff, or more like like add their own like put like a gaming type of cutscenes, but make it like a movie like type of game cutscenes. That way people can understand instead of more like a goofy one. Because I feel like not many people wouldn't understand the whole concept of Star Wars of the goofy way of Lego Star Wars. I mean, like I said, that's just pretty much it. Like on the bad part, I mean, everything else is fine. I had no issue with this whole game. Like this game was really fun from the beginning all the way to the end. I mean, that was just the one issue I had, is that they literally add certain cutscenes into the game that a lot of people remembers in the movies, but there's some they just put their own version. That was a really big issue. I did not like that, but overall, I still enjoyed the game. So yeah, that's the bad version. Let's go up to the good version. The good version about this game is it's all 9 films. I'm happy that whoever made this game, I forgot who made this game. They made all the I believe they made all the they made all the Lego Star Wars games. The company that made the game, and the people who were part of it making the game, I'm glad that they decided to put all 9 films all at once, from the past to like right now, Star Wars. I have never played a Lego Star Wars day in my life that had all 9 films all at once. There were maybe some of the Star Wars that I played that had like all films before. I'm not sure. I don't know what Star Wars it was, but they were like all films that came out at once. But I think this is kind of the first time of me playing the Star Wars that has all 9 films from the beginning of the first one all the way to the end. I like that. It's really cool. I enjoyed it a lot. Number two, of course, the fighting. I love the fight. The fights in this game is so much better than the past Lego Star Wars fights. You don't get that many fights in the past Lego Star Wars fights. Like, and then the fact they made enemies way more difficult, way more challenging. I like that too as well. Along with the fighting, you know what I'm saying? The fighting was so amazing. I like that we had to go on the ship more often. Like, we had to go in space and fight on space more often. Because the past Star Wars, you don't get that many chances to fight on space or whatever. But I'm glad that they decided to do that too as well, to make the fighting more, more realistic. Because I mean, come on, let's be honest. Star Wars in general, it's not just about fighting on ground. It's all about fighting on space too as well. It's both, you know what I'm saying? So I'm glad that they decided to do that. That really makes Star Wars like so amazing. So I'm glad that they did that. So the fighting in this game was so important. The next thing I want to talk about is, of course, the it's you have exploration. I feel like in past Star Wars you don't have that many explorations in later levels. But now in this Star Wars nowadays you have a legit more exploration, which is so good. Because I remember past Star Wars, you only get to go to certain place you had to go to based on your levels and all type of stuff. Now in this Star Wars, you can go all over the planet. You go to multitude of planets, like more than 20 planets in this one game. It's one 9 film game, and you just explore. One thing I like about video games in general is that you would get to explore, and you can just play off my having fun or do whatever, exploring. That's really cool. I'm glad that they decided to do that because it really brings out this is just more just a Lego Star Wars game. We want you to have fun not only by yourself but your friend, but also explore around, all that. Or if some of you guys want to go through their platinum trophies or whatever, wherever you want to go for, type of stuff, or just basically have fun in general. So I'm glad they decided to do this because it was about that time. I think I've never seen a Star Wars that it makes you go, but they have more exploration than this one. This one gives you so many exploration. And I'm glad they did that in this Star Wars. The next one up is, of course, the characters. I love every single one of the characters in this game. Even though Kylo Ren is a total dickhead for killing his own father, Han Solo, I still mess with the dude because the dude, he is pretty good at the lightsaber. You don't want to mess with him. I mean, especially in the movie. I mean, you see the movie of Kylo Ren, that dude is pretty good. But overall, every character from the past to present, I have nothing respect for because they made the Star Wars how it is to this day, whether it's Lego version or if it's a movie version. And I'm glad that they made some of the scene and wording of the whole movie version and put it to Lego version. I'm glad they did that to make the character more good. Whether it's the past characters or the present character, it doesn't matter. I'm glad they did that. It was really amazing, and man, I'm so happy, bro. I'm so happy because like the characters were really good. They were really fantastic. I mean, I'm saying, so I get the character and all that type of stuff. And of course, I mean the story. We should already know the story at this point. I'm not even. I mean, why not? The story spot on. Every last night film. All the story was spot on, even though it was kind of comedic. Even though they did cut out some of the parts of the whole entire, some of the saga of the whole Star Wars story. But if it's for to make it, if it's for the game to make it more funnier or more goofier and make it more different than just the movie one, that's understandably so. But I really wish they just kept the movie and the Lego Star Wars version, more together as one. I'm saying more like. Like more realistic to each other, the exact same. That's what I'm basically trying to say. But if they did take out some of the cutscenes, just so they can have, their goofy version of the whole entire Star Wars, Lego Star Wars thing, and to make, Lego Star Wars better, I still understandably so. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah. Yeah, it's understandably so. So I liked it though. So yeah, the story and everything else perfect. It's just like some of the most majority of the 9 films that I watch that I played so far in this game. It's just like the movies off of the off the movie, off the Star Wars movies, and all types of stuff. So for that reason alone, I enjoyed it. It was really good. Nothing but amazingness towards the whole entire, Star Wars saga and all type of stuff. So it's really amazing. So yeah, I mean that's pretty much it. I mean I have nothing to say. I mean everything else is kind of like here and there. I mean, I did enjoy the Lego Star Wars, the Lego Star Wars Skywalker saga. I hope they do make more of this in the near future, when more movies or more of the sequel movies of the different characters. I hope they make a Lego Star Wars version of them, so that way that we got more exploration of the Star Wars saga and everything else. I'll give this a 9 out of 10. Really good game. I enjoyed it a lot. I hope they make more Star Wars, Lego Star Wars in the near future. That's pretty much it. Let me know what you think about Lego Star Wars, the Skywalker Saga, down below in the comments down below. Yeah, man. Really fun game. Hope they create more in the future. And yeah, that's pretty much it. And as always, take care. I'm out. And peace.
To the ones that told me to quit, look at me now. I could be the greatest of all time. I know that I can do it, you just gotta let me try.